Large knew what we know, no physicians would be employed. Because if you would talk about cellular nutrition. In other words, the cells know what they want and where to get it, and they will derive it from your physical apparatus unless you are an ornery toad and in the way. In other words, it really is that simple. Physical bodies, physical consciousness of physical cells know what to do to keep themselves in balance. And that's what people need to know about. But in the meantime, you don't need to worry about going out of business, because as in the title of the book that we are writing now, this information is the last-ditch effort. In other words, most people are seeking some methodology from someone like you. You are a bridge builder.
Yeah. Oh, wow. The body is so wonderful. We're never too old or too late to make a new start. I have seen wonderful things happen at all ages with any kind of disease, including cancer, reversing disease that's, traditionally speaking, is not reversible.
Don't you think it's marvelous that the cell that is known as...
The body knows what to do. If we just feed it properly, some exercise, work on our mental health, and the body will blossom at any age.
It's interesting to know that the cells in your body that know how to be an eyeball and the cells in your body that know how to be a toenail. In other words, you don't have toenails in your eyes and eyeballs on your toes. The consciousness of your body is incredible, knows what to do.
It's huge.
And if you've ever had the opportunity to look at the beginning of who you are, little blobs on a petri dish, it's rather remarkable, the intelligence that expands and evolves and understands and knows. And that intelligence, and yet here you are in these magnificent adult bodies questioning the intelligence of your body when it figured all that out.
Yeah.
And this is the thing that you want to impart to people. You have a really smart body. If you would laugh more and love more, your body's intelligence would show itself to you through dynamic health that you want.
That's right.
Yes.
So and Norman Cousins did research on talking about laughter at University of California, and he was given the diagnosis of cancer and 6 months to live. Well, he went home and decided he spent 6 to 8 hours a day just comics and movies and laughter, and his cancer cleared. And that's when he did the research on endorphins and how they work in our body, and laughter and joy, lighten up. It's all part of healing, and that's part of the message I love to share with my patients.
So how do you get their attention so essentially what you're saying is your body knows what to do.
Yeah.
And then your patient who is sick says, then why doesn't my body who knows what to do it? And then you say, well, it is doing it, but it's being hindered by something you're doing. And then they say, what is it that I'm doing that is keeping my body from doing what it knows how to do? And you say, you're being ornery. You're being fearful. You're feeling negative, you're feeling jealous, you're feeling fearful, and then they say, well, how can I not do that when I'm out in the world observing that? And then you say, your body is asking exactly the same question. Mm-hmm. How can I flow freely into well-being when I'm surrounded by this confusion? And then say to them, and I've got the answer. You're the only one who can clear this up. You have the ability to separate current reality from how you feel. And that's the medicine of the future. The medicine of the future is emotionally based medicine. How can I feel different than the status quo seems to demand from me? How can I feel hopeful when I have a fearful diagnosis? And we say, because hope feels better than fear, choose it. Oh, but don't I need validation? Don't I? And this is sort of what's going on with the next concoction that comes, and the next concoction. Everybody's got a new concoction that they're selling. This is the answer that you've been looking for. And we say, no, it isn't. It's here. It's being able to control the way you feel regardless of the condition. It's what we said to the woman with arthritis in her hips who was in so much pain she could not even imagine feeling good under those physical conditions. And we say, You can have pain in your body and feel hopeful, or you can have pain in your body and feel fear. And the vibrational difference between fear and hope is the difference between recovery or not. That's the message. But how do you get it across to someone who is feeling pain in their body or who has some disease? And that's the thing about medicine as it exists primarily in this nation, is that as the doctor feels compelled to look for what's wrong and point it out and exaggerate it, now he induces more fear. And so he evokes from his patient a vibration that makes it less possible for the cells to do what they would naturally do, rather than more possible. And that's what you want to convey to your patients. I'm going to help you provide an atmosphere in your physical body, a mental atmosphere that is conducive to your cells doing the intelligent thing that they know how to do. That's what we're doing together.
One of my leading questions in first accepting a new patient is what do you want, why are you here, and how do you think I can help you? Then, do you want to get better? And most of them will say, I want to get better. And then that opens the door and what can be done, what they can do to help themselves.
And then ask one more question. And who do you think is going to make that happen?
Yeah.
You or me? Who do you think is going to make that happen? You or me? Now, either answer is all right. If they say you, say, I'm glad you trust me. If they say me, which few of them will, you say, good, we're on the right track. But the reason that we ask you to ask them for that distinction is because what you want to impart to them is that it is a shift in them that you are going to induce that is going to make the difference. And by asking them, who do you think is going to make that happen, what you're actually asking for is a cooperative partnership. In other words, you want to convey to them, I know how to lead you, but you have to be willing to do the work.
I do that. We work together as a team. That with their cooperation and mine and my team, and then I always bring God into the loop. Together we can do great things, and that they are part of the decision making. We have a little covenant we have drafted, which outlines their responsibility and mine.
What is their responsibility?
We work together.
What is their responsibility?
It's beautiful.
What is it?
Okay. They say, sure. I said, so are you okay with it? It's about a page and a half. And
what's the basic content of it? What is their responsibility?
Okay, that they're willing to be responsible, to keep their visits, to follow the guidance that they're offered to, and to follow through. And then we have certain things that outlined in the way of nutrition and exercise that also help them, and that they're willing to be responsible. And my part is to be available to them, to offer the latest skills and understanding and how they can help themselves, and my team will support them. They'll have 24-hour coverage.
Well, we get how you're building bridges, and we get how you have to give them enough that they don't think you're some flaky fruitcake quack person, and that you can't just say your responsibility is to get happy. But